Run River left Hollywood for the wild bear didn't rest.
Good day, guys. It's been a while since I've been in Way of the Hunter, but we've loaded in on a ranger hunt. You know, minimizing the HUD, all that great stuff. It's a great way to experience the game. Thought I would do a little bit of hunt here and talk about a possible DLC or update to the game. Now, this week or next week, no one really knows. So it'll be probably a bit of a ramble video too, because you know, ranger hunting's slower paced. It is coming up to 9 a.m. So I think I'm actually at the wrong time. I can't remember what I set it at the camp, so I might have to reset, because the goal is this little lake to the east. Always has these whitetail here. I don't know which ones are often zoned. This zone's going to be difficult to hunt in ranger. This one is easy because you can set up an ambush. And I am at the incorrect time. I'm set up for elk here, and there is no... I don't think there's elk that come to this lake. I might take a look anyway, since we're here. Actually, should stay crouched. I can't remember if there's elk. I don't think there is, because I think I've been around this lake enough that I should have grabbed all the zones. We'll take a little looky-loo. Over here, hunting today with a 243. The hollow points. I don't remember the specific science on all the ammo in the 243. I know the 243 was minimal difference between them all. And you're shooting underneath 200 meters. It's not really a big concern. It's still 243 though, so it does make ranger mode more difficult. So yeah, I'm gonna probably say elk do not come down here. I want to say they come over here though. They might. I don't remember. I hear a doe bleat in the back there. What are we sitting at? We're just sitting at 9, because if I change time... I don't really want to teleport the animals into here. I want them to come walking in. So, you sort of have to show up before 11, or have the time set before 11. But I was kind of curious if we'd hear any elk. I just don't remember. I want to say that they come on down here. But, if there are elk here, I'd never really hunt them. So we could give this a minute. Just kind of listen, because all I'm hearing is a bleating in the distance. The deer actually all be feeding right now, right? Alright, what we can do is just look at the little bit of news that there is. It's not breaking news, because it was announced a little while ago. Let me just pull it up on the screen. Ah, yes, here it is from Community Manager Miriam. So, as you can see, not breaking news because it was from May 16th. But I didn't really... wasn't enough news to make a video about or anything like that, because like this DLC updates was a ways out from when that was posted. Hello, hunters. We got some exciting news to share with you today. First things first, we're currently working on a smaller DLC that's planned for release soon. While we're not ready to reveal the details just yet, we wanted to let you know that something now is on the horizon. So that was a couple weeks ago, and with my experience with the game and the developers and the rate of development these days, this DLC, small DLC update, it's highly likely it's the first half of June it's going to pop out here. Like, I think it's probably this week, but I don't have any sort of big info or any kind of info at all inside or anything like that. It's small DLC that was a tease just quite some time ago, so it's pretty much lined up here. So I just wanted to put that in the little video, just if people are still kind of paying attention to Way of the Hunter. And there's new Way of the Hunter players all the time still, and you know, older regular players check in on the channel once in a while. So it's just something to keep an eye on in the next couple weeks or a week or two. Just watch out to see what that DLC is, because I don't have any idea really of what it is. I have a couple theories. I'm trying to figure out why Miriam said smaller DLC in there. Yeah, I'm one line of thought on it is she put smaller in there so that she's trying to make it clear that it's not a new map, right? Because if it's just said a DLC's coming soon, there would be speculation all over the place that it's a new map or something like that. So I'm thinking that she put smaller in there just to sort of say it's not a map, we're looking at something else. But it could also be just a really, really small DLC. I'm not too sure what a small DLC would look like, you know, if it's smaller than a weapons pack or something like that. Like, what are we getting? One rifle or something? I don't know. But yeah, I think it's, I'm hoping that the word smaller was just there to indicate that it's not a map coming, that it's a, you know, still a decent DLC that's coming down the line. But what it is anyone's guess. Anyone's guess at this point. No idea, but hopefully we get to find out soon. So it's actually approaching 11 a.m. now in the game, because actually during the little quick cut, I was actually gone for a bit from the computer, having fun elsewhere, on hold. but I digress. But I've been sitting here the whole time, and I'm hoping whitetail come trotting down here, because they like to drink right here. And I'm certain there's other deer that drink over here. So I'm going to hang out a bit longer. If they don't show up, we'll forward time and maybe teleport them in. Not really the true ranger experience teleporting them around. But we'll see. What time is it now? 11:49. Okay, not long to wait. I'm not even hearing any calls or anything right now. Oh, my markers show up. I turned the HUD off. I think that's a separate button though. Right? Where are all these markers? I don't even see them on the map. I'm pointing at them 6 kilometers. They gotta be right at the bottom. Oh yeah, way down here. I gotta pick up all these chairs too. Remove these things. There we go. I do like what they did with the rifle UI stuff in the bottom right, that it hides unless you like cycle to it. At least they did fancy that up a little bit. How it comes in and out. And if you do need to check on anything, you just hold down R and you can refresh the little UI, so that's kind of handy. In Ranger, I still play with a bit of UI, like the zeroing and stuff. The compass and the markers. You know, doesn't make that big of a difference. Also, I'm playing Ranger because I was on OCG's stream a couple days ago, more like a week ago now. If you ever check out Obsessively Clean Gaming, he does a lot of the Lathe Hunter stuff. Check on that. I was in his live chat, and then he just seeing if anybody in the live chat wanted to play. I'm like, okay, I'll play with you. So I jumped in. We had a Ranger multiplayer hunt, which was actually quite good. Like as long as you have Discord and voice communication, you know, and you're cooperative and everything like that, then Ranger hunting and multiplayer on the Lathe Hunter is okay. Like it's pretty good. It's a good time. You know, a few issues here and there, right? But that was still a pretty good experience. So good job, Wade the Hunter, on that kind of part. Good job, as in there wasn't that many bugs, and it kind of worked. But yeah, Ranger hunting and multiplayer, pretty cool, because you have multiple ears, right? You got no indication of sound other than your headphones, and sometimes the call is so quick that you can't really pinpoint exactly where it came from. But if there's 2 of you, you can sort of triangulate, right? One's looking this way, one's looking this way, and then you can kind of pin it down quicker. So I thought that was kind of neat, and then you can get a better estimation on distance too of the sounds. Okay, so I'm going to say they're not coming. This is hunting though. I mean, if you want a real hunting experience, or closer to real, then you play a Ranger. You do a lot of sitting and waiting. You can try to do the spot and stalk, but it's very challenging depending on what part of the map you're on, what map you're on, what zones you're hunting. Ranger's not so bad if you do an ambush kind of like this. I know I'm not really hiding, but in this game, if you're beyond 50 meters, you're crouched and not moving, you're basically invisible to the animals. even on Ranger. So that kind of setup nullifies the difficulty of Ranger, except for when you do the shot, and if it's a bad shot and you got to do tracking, then you got the difficult tracking. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I have done sitting here for a while. I've done my waiting part. So I think I'm going to move it ahead an hour just to see if they do show up. I imagine what I did is I flipped this zone at one point to the rare. And it's gonna be real tricky to approach this one here. That's gonna be tricky. Oh, and I didn't realize this on what Ranger it defaults because it doesn't show like the herd management stuff by default. I didn't actually know that because I'm not getting like all the graphs and stuff. Don't really see an option for it either. So is that toggled off in Ranger all the time? I don't actually know. You guys will have to let me know. Or did I encounter a bug? I know OCG, he doesn't have it turned on, but I didn't actually see a button to do, like to turn that on and off. I didn't actually see. I'm WotH2, good mode, HUD. Yeah. Oh, we're here. Okay, so it's right at the bottom. That's why I didn't see it. This would be it, and it's turned off. Okay, so there is an option. Ranger must go default off because I always have it on. That's okay. I don't. As great as the addition is, it just gives you information. Doesn't really change any like how the game used to play. So it's still quite difficult to manage, and you like manage genetics. You can't really do it on Ranger. So no point really fighting with it. Let's go to noon and see if we can actually do a little bit of hunting here. And I do have another topic to talk about too, which is a fun one to talk about. It's what have the devs been doing this whole time? Because you know, we didn't get a map last February, and we're not going to get a map in August, probably. So that's, you know, development's definitely gone way back, cut way back because of, you know, instead of all that, like when they would be working on maps, they're not. So, and there's not really any updates to the game. So the big question is, what have they been doing? And once in a while, in my streams, I'll bring this up or whatnot. And I think I brought it up in Discord. I think I did bring up the Discord. Because NRG, the developers, are 60 employees strong or so. Not all developers, of course, but you know, they're all, it's a game development studio. And I don't think they don't have anything else besides Way of the Hunter, and Way of the Hunter definitely isn't getting 60 people's worth of development out of it now, for sure. So I think they're working on Way of the Hunter too. So I like putting that out, because I never thought they, you know, that it would be like a reasonable thing that they'd be doing, but a lot has sort of changed, and has changed my way of thinking. Because the mobile game, I thought was going to have a lot more weight than it did, and it definitely does not. Apparently, the Handy Games, I think it is, that does the mobile game for THQ Nordic, and the publisher, it does like a bunch of the publisher games, so it's just kind of like a normal thing. I thought it was more unique, but it's like a unique situation. It's not. So, oh, here we go. So, if the mobile game doesn't have the weight that I thought it was having, and if they've definitely moved to like branding, marketing kind of strategy with all the different items in the game, I think it's more likely than ever that that they are working on Way of the Hunter 2, because they'd be taking the business model of like Hunting Simulator franchise, where they do the branding, licensing, and stuff like that, and then they would basically renew the contracts and everything like that with every iteration of the series. So we got Hunting Simulator 3 coming out, so it's just kind of like a repeat thing, and Way of the Hunter may be doing that as well, because they seem to be following a similar business model. They didn't start out that way. There were some brands in it, but it wasn't such a focus. Now it's a big focus, it would appear. I guess we'll see when this DLC comes out and what sort of is in it. No doubt it's going to be a branding deal, I would think. Watch it be another clothing pack. But this time, branded clothing. Who knows, right? But if they do follow that sort of business model, it's already been kind of established by Cabela's in a way in the past, and they're related to Cabela's. But Cabela's was all about Cabela's, of course. And the Hunting Sim franchise has been doing it with all the different brands now for a while because they're coming out with a third game. And so I'm thinking all these developers, unless they've got a whole another project that they're working on, such as a new SpongeBob game for THQ Nordic or something, that's probably Way of the Hunter 2. I mean, we won't see it for 2 to 3 years, if it is. So, you know, that's kind of my line of thinking now. Let's actually do some hunting, though, because we got some deer lining up here. I wanted whitetail. These look like mules. He's awfully a lighter color, but I think that's just the light. Ranger, you just gotta try to use your eyeballs. This guy, this is the oldest. It's 150 out. We got the 243, just keep it a little more difficult. You know what? I don't have the wind indicator. Blown to the right. Oh, now I have the wind indicator. How do you toggle the wind indicator to come up? Besides just going to the map and out. Don't know. So it's this guy right here. We're gonna have to wait a minute. This guy's looking older too, but he's looking awfully small. Hard to tell. The light really plays tricks. Tricks on you. 150 zeroed. Yeah, not much we can do there. But that's what pretty much this video is about. Just to say heads up. You know, I'm still paying attention to Way of the Hunter. Still doing streaming of different stuff. Roadcraft, things like that. I'll probably be doing some more videos these days, maybe. We're not doing a Texas Heartshot here, so come on there and turn. But yeah. So watch out for that DLC, because maybe it'll be the best thing ever. Maybe there'll be horses out of the game. Maybe there'll be doggies. Probably not. Maybe we'll get that sidearm slot. Slot number 3 we've been waiting forever for. Should be exciting anyways. Hopefully. Oh, there he goes. He turns. I forget the buttons. Is it shift? Yeah. The whole breath. Here we go. Well, I haven't done this in a while. There we go. Right down. Gonna be in 2 lungs. Probably not gonna take out the second lung. He's going down though. So that is the hollow point 243 shot. 150 meters on a mule deer. So you can keep Ranger, you know, you can set the difficulty by the equipment you use and how much HUD that you're using here. Can I mark that through there? There we go. So I'm not, you know, I'm not full super Ranger mode since I'm using the markers and things. It's just it's how much time you want to put into it. I always like setting the difficulty of the hunt by the equipment I'm using, as in the rifle. So if you go underpowered, then it, you know, adds difficulty to it. Gotta place the shot well. The 243 can definitely do that kind of shot there. So let's go pick them up. My white-tailed deer never showed up though. So that definitely can be rare. I mean, I can scoot up there real quick to see if I can see them. But yeah. In Ranger mode, I'm likely to spook them. There's a bunch of trees in the way up there. And if you do try Ranger mode, it can be fun to do the tracking since you really have to watch for the blood. One tip, use the flashlight even in the day, because the blood can reflect back, make it a little more visible. I'm not worrying about tracking because we saw we went down. But there's in Ranger, it's a whole lot more pressure with the shot because you really want them to drop on the spot or not go too far. I was thinking of using the 223 to make it real difficult. Yeah, there's the blood there. And if you use the light, it can sort of show up better when you're seeing it there. And this has always been good, how the blood goes on the sticks and stuff. Always appreciated that detail. Well, let's see how he was, because I think he's mature. Like, he's pretty gray looking. Yeah, he's definitely mature. 160 meters there. Exactly what I thought. Double lung, but didn't take out the second one. That would be expected with a 243. It just doesn't have the energy or the cavity damage to assist at that point. Because if we lean back on the old math, we got about 220 joules of energy penetration in there. Only 220 out of, so about 10%. Not including the cavity, it's so small. But about 10% of the overall energy went into that far lung, so not enough to knock it out. And we only got, yeah, it's only like 250 joules of penetration energy in the front lung too. So relying on the cavity damage to take out the deer. We missed the bone, so that helps as well. Missed the rib. 33%, not a great guy. Still a good age to take out though. Can't tell exactly on a 33% what age this guy is, but he's up there anyways. We'll sell him. And let's see what time we had. I've rambled for, you know, 20 minutes or so, right? We'll check on these guys. I'm gonna use the marker. Is it really 700 meters? Okay, got a bit of a jog. Oh, the wind's going right at it too. Oh goodness. No, this is definitely hard mode here. Is there any other? Yeah, not really. I guess I'll walk up here and just see. Maybe I can hear him. So depending on what the DLC is, I'll definitely do a video on it, or I might just live stream it. And I'll probably, I don't know. It all depends, because I only play the game in 2 modes. Hiker difficulty, which is basically science mode, which is what I usually do. It's shooting mode. Or Ranger. And Ranger can be a little bit too slow-paced. But I am, since you know, if you take a break from the game, you jump back in a Ranger mode, you know, it starts feeling pretty good again. So to summarize, I think the DLC is coming out this week. A little update. I got no inside info though. Could be the week after. Who knows, right? It's gonna be the first half of June. If not, then I don't know. Holy smokes, that's so long. That'd be like it's coming soon, and then a month later it's still not there. Like yeah, it's gotta be soon anyways. And then the good old Way of the Hunter 2 talk, which I think is going to be interesting conversations over the next year or so with the possibilities. I mean, I think it's just the Hunting Simulator franchise and then Way of the Hunter franchise sort of in that little area. Like, I think those products are going to be competing products, and then Call of the Wild's going to be pretty much still standing on its own. It doesn't really have anything branded in it, right? It's kind of just sort of the leading hunting game, and I think it's just going to remain there. And then, of course, Hunting Unlimited. Or not Hunting Unlimited. Ultimate Hunting. Oh my goodness. There's too many games with Ultimate and Unlimited in them. We'll see that game it comes out. It'd be really awesome if we'd get some more news, but I don't think there's been anything really. There's been the odd dev video, but nothing too great. Just heard it bleat. I don't see anything though. It was over here. 200 meters. 200 meters is outside of the wind range. Wind range is still the same regardless of difficulty. It's the reaction that can be different. I'm getting too close, so I'm going to spook them. See, there's too many trees if you can't get eyes on them to sneak up. If you're impatient. If you're patient, you can still do it, like really patient. You just kind of crawl in, doing start and stops. I'm hoping that some kind of movement or anything, because they are there. I heard a doe bleat. I have the collar. I still can't stand the... Yeah, they're there. Oh, that sounds far away. It's definitely this direction. The problem with the collar is I'm going to be calling them into the wind. So it's not going to be effective at all. There was a point in time... They're right on that marker. There was a point in time where the collar overruled the scent, but then they reversed that. good while ago, so you can't call them through the scent anymore. I might be able to at least make it so I can see them before they catch the scent. We'll try a low fit. Alright, I'll do a few calls just to see. But there's a classic Bumble Ramble. I just wanted to say, hey, I'm still here and everything like that, because I've been mainly streaming. And when the channel goes pretty much into streaming only mode, a lot of people think I disappear because YouTube doesn't promote streams very well at all. Like, it just doesn't recommend them. And if people don't never watch streams, then YouTube never recommends streams to them. So basically my channel just kind of disappears on them when I just stream, but that's what I've been doing. I've done that before. I switched into mainly streaming, and then I'll do a video and people will be like, oh, welcome back. And I haven't gone anywhere. Like last week I did like 5 streams in the week or something like that. But yeah, I'll probably be doing a bit more videos now. Kind of going back to twice a week stream with some videos maybe. We'll see. I got Toothless right now. Not going to appear on the screen, but he's messaging me on Discord right now about what's that game called? The Seasons? And the one guy made it, where it just looks atrocious, the graphics, but the gameplay is good. Apparently he's doing some great updates. Like, he's got turkeys in there and everything like that now. I have a hard time with the game though. It just, oh my goodness, it's challenging to play a game like that's looking at like that. Very, very, very retro-y looking. But the other part about it is it's not optimized at all. I haven't tried it for a little while, but I mean, my system was only pulling like 30 frames a second on that game. I had to use a frame gen to run it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's called The Seasons on Steam. Awesome concept. I don't know about the graphics. That's the big hold up on that game, I think, is people were like, oh man, that's rough. Rough graphics. But it does have turkeys in it now, I guess. Way of the Hunter doesn't have turkeys. It's been my theory that Way of the Hunter does not have turkey because of how difficult the model is for those. I don't think they can manage turkey. I think it, you know, because the pheasants and the ducks and all the birds and stuff have always been so rough. I think they thought it was probably a bad idea to attempt turkey. Like all the big feathers and things like that. Anyways, what do I know? Just my guess. It sounded like somebody was getting closer. But the thing is, they could have caught scent. And if they caught my scent, who knows what they'd be doing. Probably just walking back and forth over this hill. Or I can't see them. And they'll never appear. Darn wind. Alright, I'll give it a bit more calls. Yeah, they're right here and here. The problem is I think they're in the scent cone, so they're not going to come in. And I think they're just down here. I can't see them. Probably walking back and forth. Just doing their little animation over and over again. So I can't get them closer. The only option is to try to get close. And yeah, I don't have the patience to do it, so I'm going to attempt it. Probably fail, but we'll try. Oh, I just got an alert sound. I'm right here. There's a deer there. Oh, it's just a young one. So he that's the scent thing. He alerted with the sound and the scent. So he responded correctly, trotting away. He didn't go crazy and just run. So that's good to see. The deer responding realistically. And he probably took the rest of them with him. Oh, there's a bleed over there. I wonder if there's 2 herds. Didn't know there were two that hung out in here. Wonder if that was a solo. So it looks like it did end up spooking the ones that were a bit to the east. Not surprised. They weren't that far away. I just couldn't lay eyes on them. Couldn't lay eyes on them. But yeah, you spook them in Ranger, they do run quite a ways. And there just isn't the visibility here. So it's best to try and get them in a more open need zone. Moose can come down here to this little creek too. But it's past their drink time. So I'll probably just sort of try a different spot real quick. Just to get something else hunted in the video. Because I'm past 30 minutes now. Don't want to be too long. And I'm running out of time on this end. Grass isn't going to cut itself. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just find some animals in the open. Alright, I just jumped to a favorite little lake down here. This is a good one for science. You spawn in too close to the lake though, so you got to back up a bit. And then you get the animals rendering in, because these guys weren't there until I backed up. But I was jogging when I was backing up, so I alerted them. So we're going to have to wait a minute. I need to back up a little bit more, because you can get deer spawning right here. These guys, I'm not sure. I think they're heading out, so there's no old ones there anyways. But they're going to be off to take sleep. So we're going to keep backing up. See if we can get drinking whitetail or mule deer in here. I can't remember. There's one herd here. I think it's mules, and then there's a whitetail there. But there could be two herds that populate there. I can't remember. We'll back up a bit more. Nope, I'm out of luck at this lake too. Alright, I went down to southwest Diamond Drill. Even though the deer down here don't count as they're in Diamond Drill, apparently, if I do recall. But sometimes you can just kind of look down the little creek here. Aw, they were here too. Darn it! They didn't make any noise. I thought they were farther down. Rats. The wind's also against me again. It's just gonna be one of those days. Darn. Yeah, they didn't make any noise. I didn't know they were here at all. But I can journey a little ways up the creek here, and I might encounter more problems. The wind's going right there, though. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. That's how it goes, though. I think I just got barked at. Realistic anyways. You go out for the hunt. Get one animal. Celebrate the one you get. But yeah, the wind's going that way. And since I'm short on time, I've been jogging, and you just can't jog on Ranger. Kind of hoping that I might sneak up on them. Not sneak up, but just kind of see them hanging out by the water. Come over, like, crest the hill and see them or something. But I don't have... Oh, yep, there. That's what I was looking for. The problem is they got some armor here. Bridge. Don't know what kind of hitbox the bridge has. Just seeing doe. Doesn't look like they've detected me yet, though the wind should be getting them now. Or getting close to it. I don't have any targets. Everything doesn't have antlers on it. Oh, a young one sitting out in the road. I'm not shooting the young one. Doing realistic style. Not shooting the young ones. It might only be that one buck in there. I'm doing some weird shaking. Doe. Oh, am I detected now? No. Oh, I thought it was another young one. Yeah, they smell me. But I don't think I have any shot here. There's no... Yeah, see they're bugging out a little bit. Yep. So that's not a spook. I do appreciate that. Ranger does seem to have that better than the easier difficulties. But that's the push from the scent. And they're a bit alert. But you can move them out, so maybe you can see antlers come out. I don't even see an old doe. They're all young males. I wonder, what did I do to this? Oh, there's one. Hold on. I don't think he's going to stop, though, is the trouble. I think... yeah, they're going this way. And, like, they're going to go over this hill. And I will have zero opportunity on them. Oh. There we go. 170 meters. Let's get the rifle out. Just in case I get an opportunity on one. There was one older one, but I couldn't tell the age. They don't live that long anyways. So he was probably an old one. But I think he's ahead of them all. Is that him there? No, it's a doe. Looks like an older doe, though. Let's raise the shot a little bit. We'll take the doe down. Just to practice the shot. I might not be able to find her, though. Okay, they're all running this way. Do we see a wounded one? See, that looks like an older doe there. This could be tricky to track. Well, it's a good shot. Good amount of lung blood. I just don't know where she went. Oh, maybe I do. Yep, definitely use the flashlight while tracking on Ranger. There she is. Wasn't too bad to find her. Looks like a mature doe. So same kind of shot. Bit quartering in, but that 243, I mean, I got more damage into that front lung than the other one, but not a whole lot more. So, yeah, even cleared right through the other side, just barely. But there's the hollow point round. The core locked copper. Did the job again, 184 meters, no problem. Mature, good. Each one mature, sell, and that'll be it for now. Thanks a bunch for watching. Let me know if you got any comments on all that fun stuff. It's always fun to speculate with what's coming down the pipe. And maybe I'll stream the game. We'll see. Let me know if you have any preferences or comments or concerns. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.